Evangeline Otis began making candy in New Hampshire in 1935 and sold them for nearly 25 years as a nameless company before moving into a bigger shop and calling her fudge and chocolate company Van Otis Chocolates. Today, Van Otis puts some of its wares up against Bixby and Granite State to see which candy will keep us smiling through our Valentine's sugar hangover. It's a battle of New England snacks right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. New England snacks. I'm Nick Norris, my pals Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Yo.
So, Geiger, your sister got these, some of these from New Hampshire and Maine, that up in that area, right?
Yes, up in the Northeast.
Wow. Thanks for going to the Northeast.
Yeah, this is Becky, by the way. I have my two sisters. Jenny didn't do shit this time. Not at all.
Okay. We had a coworker at work. I talked about him in the past.
Yeah.
Just a lunatic of a guy.
Yep.
So this guy, within his first couple of months of working there, was for some reason put in charge of the company Twitter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. I mean, that, to be fair, that is a job that you give someone that you're like, I don't want to give this person any real responsibilities. So like,
Right.
You're in charge of the tweets.
So the company, without going into it, is a nonprofit company that works with children. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't need to be putting out that much information, short of like some photos of what's happening, some throwing out some goodwill into the world.
You don't need to turn your Twitter into like Wendy's snarky Twitter or whatever, where you're like,
right.
Check out this meme of like our non-prof with our head turned looking at some girl's ass or whatever.
And what you definitely don't want to do is to go after Kit Kat, the candy company. Right?
Okay.
Yes.
This guy had other ideas. So it was like right around the holiday. I just heard this story recently. It was around the holiday, and Kit Kat says, Merry Christmas to everyone who loves Kit Kat. All right. Pretty innocuous tweet for Kit Kat to send out. No problems with that particular tweet.
I mean, I got to promise, should be happy holidays here. What if you're...
Okay. There you
That's
go.
probably the issue, I'm guessing.
And so the guy, this random company at Kit Kat's got to be like, what in the fuck? Is responding saying, how dare you, Kit Kat? This is not inclusive.
Oh,
and we should.
Why? Because he's Jewish?
Because it just says, yeah, he's not Jewish. But there's people around, like there's people at the company who aren't, who like are Jewish, right?
Sure.
And who are, other religions. But also
don't give a fuck.
The fuck what Kit Kat does.
So he sends this angry tweet to Kit Kat and is immediately removed from working on the Twitter.
Yeah, good. That's the right thing to
do. Did Kit Kat even respond? They're like, sorry.
I don't know if it stayed up long. Like they had to be fucking confused.
Does
like,
Kit Kat read their replies? I mean, like
some poor intern does all this.
Yeah,
shit.
I guess so.
But like around the company, we were cracking up about it.
That's awesome.
Why are we going after Kit Kat?
Gotta take down Big Chocolate.
Have you guys ever had anyone at your work get in trouble for like something they put on the internet? Like maybe it was on their social media or something they like posted on behalf of the company that went out.
They keep that lockdown pretty tight by us.
We've definitely had people post things on their personal, like their personal social media that then has like gotten them fired or something like that.
Like, to what extent does that have to be?
Well, for us, it's like either they're posting maybe some confidential company information that they weren't supposed to post, or if they tweeted something that was like super problematic. They would, they'd probably. I don't think anybody's going to get fired from my company for like saying like, "How dare you say Merry Christmas?" Although if they did it from the official company account, I think that would be a pretty big deal.
Right.
But
yeah, if I posted on behalf of my company and started putting my own spin into things, like that would not go well.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone. I was trying to think. I don't think we've ever really.
Fuck you,
there was
Virginia McCaskey.
But there was some. I remember there was a kerfuffle in our office because our coffee machine didn't work, and someone put a Post-it note on it that says like, "This is broken," just like everything here, and then posted it on their Facebook. And like our office manager blew her top at this person, like, "You're gonna get me fired. The whole world is gonna see that our coffee machine doesn't work," or whatever. Like, no one gives a fuck. But that was about it. He just had to apologize to her. So no, nothing really that we've done that's been bad that I'm aware of. Yeah. We do have things like recently it came through in a company survey. There was, I'm not going to say who it was, but there was a prominent athlete came and spoke at one of our like big sales kickoffs, which is always dumb. Like who cares what this athlete has to think about, like software? Like you would definitely know this person, like a championship level tennis player. It was a woman, and for some reason during the Q&A, she decided to start talking about like
Kit Kat,
trans athletes and like male to female and competing in the same sport. And so like a lot of people, our company got really upset that why didn't we put a statement out against it? And I'm like, like whoever that PR person was like the minute she starts talking had to just be like looking out the nearest window, just jumping out. Like, why did I have to just talk about fucking tennis, you dumb asshole?
Talk about how you motivate yourself. That's all you need to say.
There was some one of the we hired Clive Owen to be in a bunch of ads, and so he started joining our keynotes and talking about. I'm like, do you guys have any questions for Clive Owen? I'm like, why the fuck would I care about Clive Owen? Wow. So on Children of Men, how long did it take you to get into
what was it like filming Children of Men?
Yeah.
Walk me through that one movie where you were fucking a chick while you were shooting a bunch of people. Do you remember that? What was that movie called?
Shoot 'em up. I love that movie.
You
Eat the carrot?
Yeah, you killed 3 people with carrots or something. Keep talking to me about that.
Hey Clive, I'm having trouble accessing the alternate server. Do you have any idea how I can do this?
Well, that's just it. It's like these people have no connection to my business whatsoever, but they're like, but they have to make some gossamer thin connection between what it's like to be part of a winning team, Jock X, right? Here at blah 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 where I work, it's like, oh god damn it, no.
Was he actually on calls? Or was he was it a record? Was it?
No, he joined a big. They brought him out to my company's headquarters, and our big kickoff call, he was sitting next to our CEO, talking to him and stuff. It made no fucking sense. But it was why? First of all, how far has Clive Owen fallen that this is on his IMDb now? But 2, why do I give a fuck about his opinion about software? He doesn't fucking know. I don't either.
Let's get this done, everybody. We're coming for you, Kit Kat.
Well, what'd we do?
Yeah, see, one of the biggest problems with Kit Kat is that it's transitioned from 2 bars to the Big Cat 1 bar, and I don't think bars should be transitioning. Sit down, Clive Owen.
Shut the fuck up, Clive Owen. No one wanted to know. Now, I'm sorry. I should call this bar a they. And he makes big quotes. I'm God damn it. Now we're fucked.
Clive,
stick to the fucking script.
Just try to eat a chocolate bar in peace, Clive.
Tell us about the Nick. Yeah, it's a fucking, I don't know. I've always found that funny when they bring in people who have nothing to fucking do with the thing. It'd be one thing if it's our big kickoff and they hired a singer to come entertain and then leave. Right. Fine. Okay, sing your song and get the fuck out. Or a comedian to do a little bit of corporate stand up and then leave. But
but what's he supposed to do? read some Shakespeare like monologue or something.
Exactly, yeah. Poor Yorick, his quarterly earnings were down. but, yeah, and then like these athletes who's like, it's always funny because every sales guy's wet dream is to talk to an athlete because they're all just fucking stunted adolescents. And they're like, yeah, he's going to help us drive to the fourth quarter and all this bullshit. Like, they were born athletic. They have no idea what the fuck. It has nothing to do. Like, what are they going to tell you about being a good company? I don't know. Be stronger than people. Yeah. They used to have my old company, which I can't tell you. I used to work at Career Builder, and they used to have a big kickoff every year, and they would bring in, I think they brought in Colin Powell one year to talk to us, and they brought in George Sr., and he was like well past the age of giving a fuck about what he said. And like, it was at the time, I think at the time, Obama and Hillary were competing in the primary. This was before Obama was elected. And they asked him something, and it was a very much like I don't want a woman in the White House kind of answer. And I'm like, okay, cut his mic off. Let's move on. Like, cool.
I'd get Clive Owen out there. Where's Clive?
Hey, what do you know about job postings? Like, just dancing around. I know someone who needs a new job. George Bush Sr., public speaker.
Bring out the bigoted tennis player. she comes out. She's like, now, you want to get your quarterly earnings so that you're like 40 love over the component. Now, speaking of love should be between a man and a woman. Guys, shit!
No, shit!
Pushing Clive out on the stage. What do I say? I don't know, the fucking Gettysburg Address.
Just say to be or not to be a bunch of times.
Go act. Be an actor. Just act. Next year, they just hired Clive Owen to pretend to be an athlete. Hey, and it's 40 love in your fourth quarter.
Clive, save us. He just stares for 20 seconds straight and then just goes, trans rights. No, Clive.
He just stares. Global warming's a joke. God damn it, Clive.
Clive, just shut up and fuck a woman while shooting people. That's what you do best.
Clive Owen, I'm sure, is so glad to be known as the guy who fucks a woman while shooting people. All the sum total of his cinematic greatness.
It's a good movie.
Let's get the snacks. 3 snacks. Rate them on a 5-point scale. Love dat, like dat, indifferent to dat, dislike dat, and hate dat. Let's start with this Bixby. I think we did a different Bixby thing recently. Yeah. I think actually might have won last week.
Bixby, we did Bixberry, Blueberry, Sea Salt Dark Chocolate. It was actually, it was like it won in the sense that we had a 3-way tie. So yeah, I guess that was a winner.
So what the heck? I don't have the package or anything.
Fucking it's giant.
It's a rich coconut and creamy potato dipped in dark chocolate.
What?
There's 2 in the package. It's like a little bag that you think is going to be full, like like a size of an M&M bag, and there's just 2 giant things in it.
I'm looking on the ingredients, it does say potato. Potato is the least prominent ingredient. It's at the end.
It's basically just coconut and chocolate.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable. It's about half of a tennis ball.
Got that really chewy coconut consistency going on.
Okay. The potato part's confusing. I don't taste or see anything that looks potato-y.
Unless it's just the consistency, I don't understand.
What do you think of this thing, Geiger?
This is pretty straightforward. This is like a Mounds bar kind of thing without...
Right.
Or an Almond Joy or whatever without the almond. It's fine. I like coconut. I like dark chocolate. There's just nothing special. This is just a big old lump of coconut covered in dark chocolate, which works. I like that. I don't have to belabor it too much. I think it's fine.
Chad, you agree?
Nope. I've said before, the flavor of coconut to me is fine. The consistency, I don't really like that like ultra chewiness, stringiness. Actually, the dark chocolate here though is pretty good. chocolate. Like, it's not too dark. It's not overly bitter. It tastes nice. I just don't like the inside of this thing. So for me, dislike that.
Yeah, I agree with Chad. This coconut doesn't have like a fresh coconut taste.
Mm-mm.
It's I don't know. I think it's kind of. I don't love coconut at all, but this even seems like lower quality coconut to me. I'm also going to give it a dislike. So 2 dislikes and a like. Very beatable. We'll save the Van Otis for last. Let's next do the Fruity Cosmic Pillows. I also don't have the package for this one, so
this is similar to, I think, something we ate one time. Remember we had those freeze-dried Skittles or whatever. This is Fruity Cosmic Pillows from Granite State freeze-dried candy, and I think these are freeze-dried Starburst. Chad, you all right?
It's a lot harder than I expected it to be.
They are large. Yeah, it looks like a Starburst was put in the microwave and like expanded like a marshmallow would be.
Yeah.
But it is, so it has like a craggish kind of look, like lava rock, but bright colors. Is a couple of very bright pink, bright yellow, and orange. And they're hard, but not so. It's a weird consistency.
Ooh, that fruit flavor is sharp.
Oh boy.
What color did you eat first?
I've done a yellow,
orange,
and the like brighter of the 2 pinks. What actual Starburst colors do you like?
Red?
Is that a question?
Not quite sure.
I actually really like pink Starburst. It's my favorite one.
I don't know. I almost never eat Starburst, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I reach for.
Yeah, they're not good. So, Chad, you're going to rate this first. These are weird. What do you think?
Boy, I don't know. It's like, at least a Starburst is so, you know, kind of chewy in a way that I don't like. It's probably why I don't order them very much.
Okay. You don't order them?
I don't know why I said order them. You know, I go to like a fancy restaurant and I say, I'll have a plate of Starburst, please.
Can we start off with some Starburst for the table and then...
And then T-bone. What do you want, a baked potato? No, I want Starburst on the side. With some Starburst. These are like even weirder because they start off like hard, like you really have to bite into them, and then your mouth adds the moisture to it from the saliva, and then it like kind of reverts at that point to the more Starburst consistency that I'm used to when I order them, and so it becomes chewy at that point, starts to get stuck in your teeth. The flavor is better than the coconut one, but honestly, I think I'd rather eat the coconut thing because at least there's the chocolate for that. So this is also a dislike that for me.
I'm kind of between a dislike and an indifferent. I'd rather eat this than the coconut one. I actually like the pink one. Just like Starburst, pink was one of the only ones I like. The second would probably be that like kind of reddish color. They really do taste a lot like Starburst. Like,
yeah.
I think if you like Starburst, you probably would like these. I feel about them pretty much the way I feel about the regular versions of the candy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to end up giving them an indifferent to that. Some of them grew on me, and I've eaten a few of them. So I didn't think that at first, but I'm going to end up at indifferent. Geiger?
Yeah, it's just tastes just like a Starburst. So it's just, I don't love. I guess I'd rather eat a Starburst than this because it's like this is crunchier and weirder, and I feel like I don't like the texture as much. So I'll give it an indifferent as well, but they're not bad.
2 indifferents and a dislike. Are we tied?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we have some pretty decent looking maple caramels coming up after this, so they definitely could win the day here. Geiger.
Yeah.
Segment time. Do you
I
hear you have a special guest, a particular movie star?
Hold on. It's going to be a famous duo of Nick Geiger and Clive Owen for the duos tournament. Yeah. Hello. This is Clive Owen. Guys, they can't see that it's not him, so just pretend it's him, okay?
For your impeccable British accent.
Hello. Hey, governor, it's Clive Owen.
Yeah, I can't do British unless it's way over the top.
Yeah.
Hello, Governor.
Hey, I'm a regular chimney sweep, I am. What?
There's only 2 genders, Governor. No!
First he was a governor, now he's a governess. I don't know what to do over here. I'm right chuffed.
Oh, he was in Sin City. That's the other. I forgot. I just brought up Clive Owen movies to see.
He's in some pretty decent movies.
Remember Inside Man? It was like how somebody robbed a bank and he was living in the bank the whole time. Spoiler alert.
I remember Inside Man 2, where he like got into the company by being in these commercials, and he showed up for their pep rally.
I remember he got really mad when they asked him to be in the sequel to Inside Man 2, which was Inside Woman. He was like, it was a man, now it's a woman. He got really upset about it. Anyway, let's move on before I get canceled. Yes, I let it slip there. This is going to be the return of the duos tournament. So we're going to do this is a tournament of duos. Yep.
He's been in a lot of movies that I have not heard of.
Yeah.
Doomsday Gun.
Yep.
Elizabeth, the Golden Age. You guys seen any of these?
No.
Okay.
Romantic
Guide to Lost Places.
Got it. Cool. But the duos tournament.
He was also an LO governor.
His classic role.
He's the only British actor that's ever been out there. He's in every British movie. He played Shakespeare in Shakespeare.
He was Monty Python.
So the previous winners of our duos tournament have been Hamburger and Fries, Calvin and Hobbes, and Butter and Pasta, and Lincoln Zelda. So there's been a good mix of
you could tell Chad and I vote on these.
I was going to say, Butter and Pasta is probably the weakest fucking classic duo I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. So we're gonna run through some classic pairings here, and you guys are gonna tell me which one is your.
He come to town. He come to meet quarterly earnings.
He'd be perfect. He couldn't say anything controversial. He'd just go, oh, and like look at the earnings and point at them. Oh. So, all right. Here we go. Again, you guys will tell me what you think is the better of the pairings. If we need to break the tie, I shall do so. So we start off, as always, with food pairings. The first in the bracket, bread and butter, kind of a commonly referred to food pairing. Like the most basic food pairing of all, and cheese and crackers, like a common snack, especially when you're a kid, or like when you have one of those big like charcuterie plates out, right? Cheese and crackers. What do you guys think?
Ooh, boy. Well, pasta and butter is a winner. And what is bread but sliced pasta when you think about it?
Yeah, I suppose. A big block of pasta just sawed off.
Although, I do like cheese and crackers, but the problem is like, often when you go to a restaurant, and you order cheese and crackers, then they bring you Starburst. But like the crackers, like you'll get a couple crackers that are good, and then there'll be like one with like a bunch of fucking seeds on it or some shit. And then there'll be like 3 cheeses, and like one of them's a blue cheese, and you're like, this is fucking waste of cheese. Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That happens.
Wow. You're very angry at the cheese tray.
Bread and butter is a classic. I mean, especially like, either in toast form or even just plain untoasted bread with butter spread on it. What's not to love about that? So yeah, for me, bread and butter.
Yeah, bread's the best of these 4 things. I know some people might say cheese, but bread is hard to beat. Mm-hmm. Like a fresh bread, and you putting some butter on it, it's warm. It's great. Cheese is just good. Cheese and crackers, the only time I'm eating that is if it's on a tray at a party, right?
Yeah.
Like beyond that, I'm not putting that together.
Or someone gave you a handy snack.
That's true.
That is your favorite fucking thing of all time.
Yeah, you have to order cheese. You have to vote for cheese and crackers because you like handy snacks.
I'm voting for bread and butter.
Neither cheese nor cracker, but
I was gonna say, in his defense, that's not actually cheese. But okay, so bread and butter moves on, and it will face the winner of apples and peanut butter, a kind of a classic like snack, especially for kids. and biscuits and gravy. Something I'm not trying to. Maybe I shouldn't say in advance because I might have to break this tie. But I fucking love biscuits and gravy. I think they're tasty as shit. So, what do you guys say? Novak, you're leading us.
I really am not a fan of either of these.
Really?
No. Apples, I never fucking eat peanut butter on apples.
Why?
All right. I don't know. It's still not a combination I like. If I had an apple and I'm dipping it in something, it probably would be like a caramel dip, right? I like caramel apples.
Is there a fruit that you do eat with peanut butter? Like banana maybe or something?
I don't specifically like take a banana and spread peanut butter. I would eat those things. They'd be fine, but I don't prepare any of that ever for myself. So biscuits and gravy, I'm nowhere near with the love that Geiger has for it. I'd never
have you ever had them
or
no?
out. Yeah. I do love biscuits.
Biscuit.
Right. And I'm gonna still vote for them over because I just think it's a better duo than apples and peanut butter, which I feel like only shows up in like the 5th iteration of a duos tournament.
Here on the 10th page of Google search results for
all
the
right,
phrase
guys.
duos.
Water and ice versus
fucking and shooting. The ultimate duo. Cool. So there's a million things I would put with peanut butter before apples. I mean, it's good. That's good. But like, I don't know. Like when we eat apples, if we combine it with something, it'd be like cinnamon, and then like roast them in the oven or something like that. Like, this is not even close to me. And like you, Geiger, I love biscuits and gravy. I think it's a delicious breakfast. I don't eat it that much because it sits in your stomach like a fucking brick. Yeah. It just like coagulates in there and you can't move for the rest of the day pretty much. I guess I could like eat less, but that's not an option. I'll go biscuits and gravy.
There's this place by us called Southern Kitchen. It's known for the biscuits, but they have these biscuit like dishes. And I ordered one. It was called something. It was called like the Day Wrecker or something. And I understood why after. It was like a biscuit on the bottom and on top. And we're talking biscuits like this big around, almost like a plate-sized biscuit with gravy, cheesy eggs, grits, a fried pork tenderloin, pulled pork, and then like 2 other things on top. I'm like bacon. I'm like, and at first I'm like, this is awesome. And then you eat like 5 bites. I'm like, I'm going to die. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't taste good after a while. That was a great story. Okay. So why don't we close out the food bracket then? We've got bread and butter against biscuits and gravy. What say you, gentlemen?
I'll go first just because it's clear what I'm going to choose. Based on my previous comments, I'm going to choose the bread and butter.
And I know what Geiger's going to choose if I send it to him for a tie. This is tough, actually, because I like both of these things a lot. And like, if you put a gun to my head, like, and I had to eat one of the 2 of these, like, it's like, which one do you like better? But you better be fucking a chick when you put that gun to my head. But I would probably pick the biscuits and gravy as a thing of those 2 that I like better. But I eat bread and butter way more. And also, in keeping with the theme of the winners of the food bracket, when Novak and I vote being like very basic dumb foods, I will vote bread and butter.
Right. That's fair. I assumed that would go through, to be honest with you. Okay.
How about George Sr. and gravy?
George Sr. and racism, go.
Wasn't he like, there was like stories, it was like when he was like old and senile, he's like in a wheelchair and like he was just like grabbing random women's asses and stuff.
Yeah, he was like grabbing the nurses' asses. It was like one of those of like, there's George, still got it kind of things, but that's not okay.
But I think he was like senile and like,
yeah. And then he looked up right at me after he did it, went, like he knew exactly what he was doing. Mm-hmm. That was a thumbs up for the people who can't see me.
And he was like, biscuits and gravy.
I like them biscuits, honey.
What the fuck was that?
That was my George Senior. That's a combination of my Clive Owen doing George Senior.
Not gonna do it, honey, or whatever.
Excuse me. All right. Next is music. So we've got Hall & Oates, famous for the song "Man Eater" and probably some other ones. And the White Stripes, Jack and Meg White. And Novak, I think, or no, Chad, you're up.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you a single fucking Hall & Oates song, except I guess "Maneater," which I learned 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know fucking thing about them. Old musicians in general are bad. Like anything from like before I was born.
Fuck you, Pavarotti.
Any pop culture, movies, music, TV from before I was born is bad. So I will go White Stripes.
Yeah, this is Hall & Oates. It's a pretty classic duo. Probably more people in the population could name that combination probably than Jack and Meg.
If you had a Family Feud board of music duos, they would be way higher than White Stripes.
Correct.
Probably.
Yes.
But Jack and Meg, I mean, I love them. There's few duos that could defeat them short of George W. and Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf.
Famous musical duet.
I'm going to say Jack and Meg.
All right. The other side of this is Beyonce and Jay-Z. They're kind of a musical duo. They're married. Like they're a power couple in the hip-hop world. And a band that I actually did not know was a duo until I looked this up for the tournament. Steely Dan is actually a duo. Donald Fagen and Walter Becker. The only reference I have for Steely Dan was being mad that they won a Grammy for best album when I was in college. I'm like, those old fucking assholes beat out like Outkast and stuff. I was really ticked about it back when I cared about that shit. But,
I actually remember that Grammys because this is true, the first time I'd ever heard the word Steely Dan. No fucking idea. I'm like, who's this band? Is this like a made up band? Like,
what's their big song? Novak, don't they have is it
yeah, that's
isn't that Steely Dan?
Yeah. Ooh-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. That's a favorite. Skit scat skadoodle da. Dabbly do grab an ass da.
Let's talk about the genders. God damn it, Steely Dan.
First I hit my forehand. Okay, but he's back to tennis. That's good. And then I got mad at a trance. No, wrong way.
Those are the lyrics to the song.
You remember Steely Dan's hit song about a tennis playing transsexual players? Oh, that was that cover band, Steely Trans. My bad. Yeah. Anyway. It's the worst joke of all time.
Let's serve up some prejudice.
Working on my backhand. Use the right bathroom.
We can't hire this one fucking band to get one simple message across at this generic corporate retreat.
So the two guys are Bob Steely and David Dan, right?
Well, that was what I was confused about. Not one of them is named Dan. So it's Donald Fagen and Walter Becker.
Yeah, he's Steely.
Where's the Dan? Okay, he's Steely.
Who's up here? I guess I'll go.
Sure.
Yes. I now I really couldn't name a single Steely Dan song, and I don't remember who they were up against, but I will vote for the other option. I don't know.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Beyonce. Oh yeah. Beyonce and Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll vote them.
Who, to be fair, have done a fair amount of Steely Dan covers. They've robbed from their catalog quite a bit.
Oh yeah, that is original Steely Dan song where they're like, "Girl, got me looking so crazy right now." You remember when they sang that?
Acoustic guitars just going, New York. Just singing it real calmly.
George Bush was interested in all the single ladies.
Sure was. Can you bounce with me? Bounce with me. Just like creepily attacking them.
A lot of great George Bush content today.
We're hitting you with all the topical references like Steely Dan and George Bush Sr.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are not a musical duo. They're a married couple.
They're both musical people and they're married.
Yeah.
They're musicians.
Not like Old Steely and Tommy Dan. So...
Did you say Old Steely?
Old Steely.
Hi, I'm old. Last name Steely.
I'm Old Steely. I'm a coal miner, apparently.
So,
or a steel miner.
I might have gone with Steely Dan, but they've become a little problematic over the last couple of minutes. So I'm going to go with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
They've become problematic. We forced them to be horrible bigots. And that's just the way it is. Sorry.
This really should. This whole this part of the bracket was decided before it started. So
I know.
Fucking put Jack and Meg through.
Right. So all right. So it's Beyonce and Jay-Z against the White Stripes. So you're saying just the White Stripes no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I don't even like most of Jay-Z's music. Beyonce has some good stuff. I like her, but also they're not really, like as Novak said, they're not really a musical duo. So yeah, White Stripes.
Okay. Well, it's my tournament, so they are. Okay. Pop
So
culture.
that means they have made music.
Look at my reality. They've produced numerous songs.
Sonny and Cher of our time. Okay. Pop culture. We've got Abbott and Costello. You remember Abbott and Costello, the old Who's on First, all that, the kind of guys?
I remember.
And Kermit and Miss Piggy, famous duo. Mm-hmm. They are a duo. It's true.
Yeah, they are.
Don't deny me that they are a duo.
They are.
They are married couple as well.
Yep. Pig and frog, like as always in nature. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I loved the Muppets as a kid. But we had the Muppet movie, Great Muppet Caper.
Yep.
Muppets Take Manhattan. Those three the original mainline Muppets.
Yeah.
That's the OG trilogy. Those are the only Muppet movies as far as I'm concerned. They had some prequels, some sequels, but like, the vision's not the same. You remember like in Muppet Treasure Island, they're talking about fucking midichlorians and stuff. It doesn't make sense.
Hashtag not my Muppets.
Then Disney came in, they ruined the Muppets.
Did you know they had a black guy voice Kermit? Fuck that.
Like different directors for every movie. They can't make up their mind. There's no clear vision.
Right. Sweetums just started appearing at corporate retreats.
Remember when they did The Muppets Awaken and they just redid the original Muppets movie just with more camera flares?
That's your MCU, Muppet Cinematic Universe, Novak.
Yeah.
Those three movies.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like they would just randomly have kill off Gonzo. Kermit stab him and toss him off a bridge.
Then they set up Swedish Chef to be this big villain and just off him in the second movie suddenly. Just like Chef. Halfway through.
Just like fell into the Death Star Ray.
Fozzie just chops his head off, and then there's still 45 minutes left in the movie. What?
What the? Wow! I did not see that coming.
Who are the Muppets against?
Rizzo the Rat is like still on some casino planet for some reason. Like, what's happening?
God damn it! Who are they?
Abbott and Costello, famous pair.
Abbott and Costello.
They are kind of funny.
What do they do besides they are funny?
First? I thought
None of that shit from 1910 is funny.
It was from before I was born. It was not funny.
Didn't they do Who's on First and What's on Second? Wasn't that them?
Is that
comedy gold mine right there. Who's on fucking first?
It's
so funny.
It's a famous thing.
Abbott and Costello.
They made a couple movies, like a monster movie.
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Yeah, I saw that movie. It was really bad.
And then there's Abbott and Costello meet the Mummy and Abbott and Costello meet the Visible Man. They just made a whole...
They met a lot of creepy.
The Abbott and Costello cinematic universe, right there.
They also appeared in the 1941 horror comedy "Hold That Ghost." Look, I don't know. Pardon my sarong whodunit. The time of their lives, Buck Privates. Buck Privates come home. Yeah. Africa Screams. I'm sure that holds up.
Buck Privates was the end of phase 1 of the Abbott and Costello cinematic universe.
Abbott and Costello go to Mars?
Buck Privates and the Winter Soldier. It's the whole series that I ever watched. Buck Privates.
Buck Privates, Africa Screams, and Abbott and Costello go to Mars. But they did Who's On First as well.
Who's on Neptune? It's Bleep Blorb.
Where does the bit go from there? There's no, you can't go like Bleep Blorps on Uranus, or like.
Yeah, you can. I think you just did. I don't know.
Bleep Blorps on Uranus. Yeah.
It's just a lot of Uranus jokes. The entire thing. What's on my anus?
Pluto, I barely knew him. So Novak, tough decision.
This is kind of tough. Because Abbott and Costello have gotten better over the last few minutes.
Now that you know they met the mummy, it's pretty cool.
But I grew up with the Muppets, so I'm going to go the Muppets.
Chad?
Yeah.
Pre you being born, so you're there out?
Born, not funny, Muppets.
Okay, Muppets it is. And then the other half of the bracket, and I think this one might be some debate for you guys. Homer and Marge Simpson versus Peggy and Al Bundy.
That's no debate for me.
No? Well, I thought you like Married with Children, right?
I like Married with Children. Actually, it was that show when we were young that a lot of families, didn't let their kids watch or something,
right.
But my parents had literally zero fucking,
parental control
about anything, so we watched it all the time, and I did like it. But The Simpsons is the show of my adolescence, so I'm gonna go with Homer and Marge.
Wasn't the show of your adolescence Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein? Is that what you told me that it was? You watched that a lot growing up? Crunch grab.
Who's on first?
Putting on the Ritz.
Mm-hmm. And then they just remade Avatar and Costello.
Abbott's Tar.
What?
Abbott's Tar and Costello. He's on the Navi.
Who's on Pandora? A bunch of Navi, I guess. Fucking blue space cats. I don't. What do you want?
Unobtainium? What? Chad, how are you?
Do on Mars. I'm gonna look up.
What aliens? What the fuck? Conducted scientific research.
Let's jump in this crater, I guess. They show up on Mars and then just die from no oxygen. Credits roll.
It's like fucking eyes popping out like
Arnold. Let's die.
Distorted. It's a 5-minute movie of them just slowly dying.
Okay, this is probably a little closer for me. I do like The Simpsons as a show a little bit better, but I will say to me, Simpsons is hurt by the fact that it has gone on so long and is not good. anymore. You know what I mean? Like Married with Children, like at least stopped, and it had not that Married with Children was all great episodes. It had many bad episodes, like when they had that little fucking kid and stuff. But like, I think overall that makes it at least a little bit closer. But Simpsons is still overall funnier than Married with Children, and Homer is one of the funniest TV characters of all time. So yeah, I'll go with Homer and Marge.
All right. Lester and Orville accidentally launch a rocket, which is supposed to fly to Mars. Instead, it goes to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Instead of typing Mars, they typed Mard, and then it auto-completed to Egras.
Yes. They are then forced by bank robber Muggsy and his pal Harry to fly to Venus, where they find a civilization made up entirely of women, men having been banished. That's it.
So they don't actually go to Mars? In Abbott and Costello go to Mars? They actually go to Venus? The fuck?
Correct.
Bank robbers have access to spaceships?
Well, they built a rocket, remember?
Oh, they built it. My bad.
So Abbott and Costello go to Mars is them going to an all-women society on a different planet so they could just like ogle women. The height of comedy, ladies and gentlemen.
The 4 men are quickly captured by female guards. Queen Allura is the president, the ruler. She takes a liking to Orville and makes him her king consort on the condition that he remains true to her. Muggsy convinces one of the female guards to flirt with him to prove that he cannot be trusted, and they're ordered to leave Venus. So it's got a sad ending. It's like kind of a crushing, heartbreaking, emotional finale.
Abbott and Costello get blue balls.
Abbott and Costello fuck it up. Okay, real quickly, Kermit and Miss Piggy versus... I'm sorry, Chad. Did you say Homer and Marge?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so Kermit and Miss Piggy versus Homer and Marge. Chad, you're up.
All right, I think this maybe is. I'm actually going to pick Kermit and Miss Piggy. If I was going to sit down to watch, a Simpsons or like Muppet stuff, Muppet content right now, I would pick the Muppet content. I think I would probably enjoy it more at my current stage in life. So I will pick that, and I will see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen with this one.
Are you fucking kidding? You'd rather watch Muppets than like Prime? There's still nothing better. I watch this a lot still than like Prime seasons 3 to 10 Simpsons. Mm-hmm. It's still amazing. It's funnier than anything the Muppets have ever done. Yeah. Simpsons. Geiger, okay. Don't let me down.
Stick the dealer here. So I love both things. I will say this, and I love the Muppets. Miss Piggy, not my favorite Muppet. Probably she's kind
near the bottom. Muppets.
Yeah, she's just kind of screechy, right? Like she's just kind of like that. They make her kind of unlikable. Kermit, great dude, but also probably not my favorite Muppet. Like he's a
great dude.
He's a good dude, a good hang.
He'll lend you $10.
Yeah, but he's kind of the straight man, right? He's not like funny on his own.
Except when he got old and he didn't know what he was doing. He was grabbing all those women's asses.
Grabbing all those young tadpoles by the ass at the nursing home. I also think I'm with Chad, and then I haven't watched Simpsons in forever, partially because it started being shitty. But I do think, and I think Marge is like marginally funny. No pun intended. But I do think Homer is probably the funniest single character of all these things. I love Homer himself. So I probably will, just by the narrowest of margins, move the Simpsons up. And then finally, we have our wild card round as always. So we see what goes up against Homer and Marge. First one, for you weather freaks, Thunder and Lightning against the Sun and Moon. Classic pairing. So which do you like better? So Novak, I think this is you.
Damn.
Abbott and Costello go to the moon. They just fly right into the sun.
Because they meant to go to fucking Christmas at like in England or something, and then actually overshot and got sent there by a bank robber.
Buck Privates comes home. He goes to some completely different location than his house. This is actually tough. I got like a semi when you said Thunder and Lightning.
I know. I figured.
But then I got the rest of the way when you said Sun and Moon.
Yeah, Sun and Moon are pretty essential to our life.
Yeah, well,
What? Yeah, well, what?
I mean, Sun is doing most of the heavy lifting there, for being honest. Like
Sun, right? The sun we're talking about, but stars do exist sans moon somewhere. And I suppose lightning can exist without thunder at times. I'm gonna have to go. My first thought was gonna be sun and moon, but I'm going back to thunder and lightning because lightning.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I give a fuck about the sun. I mean, the sun, like, eclipses are cool, I guess, but like they don't even happen that often, you know, like, and then it's only like on a small part of the world, so you like can't really enjoy it. I do think the moon is very cool. When I would go out, you know, at night or something, I would look up to see where the moon was. I always liked seeing what phase of the moon is, you know, or like that sort of thing. The moon is cool. I would like to go to the moon. That would be fun. But thunder and lightning, like as a kid, I used to just like love sitting in my window watching lightning, you know, and like listening to the thunder. We never get thunder and lightning here in San Francisco, like probably 4 times in the like 17 years I've lived here. Can I remember there being lightning? And it is something that I genuinely miss. So I will go thunder and lightning.
All right. And the other side, classic duos, Netflix and chill. And millennials and eating ass. So things that often get lumped together. So
I mean, that's
Chad,
what Netflix and chill leads to, right? For the
sometimes that is the chill. Yeah.
I mean, at one moment you're watching Orange is the New Black, and then he's saying, "Show me your back," so that I can eat it.
Yep, that's the smooth way they usually get to that.
Let me try that one again. At one time you're watching Orange is the New Black, and then he's saying, "Show me the brown in your back." So which was better?
I think I liked it better the other way. I don't know.
Okay. Got it.
Show me the brown in your back. What in the fuck? Why don't you say, let's 1 minute we're watching Orange is the New Black, the next minute I'm going to be licking your crack. How about that?
That's pretty good.
Better. I helped you there. Now you're set.
Yeah.
1 minute Abbott's going to Netflix. The next minute he's going to Uranus.
1 minute you're watching House of Cards. The next minute you're watching Mouth of Ass. I will.
You really need to think these through a little bit before you get that. Mouth of Ass.
I think that works pretty well.
That rhymed perfect. Look out, Jay-Z. There's a new rapper in town.
What are some other Netflix shows? Okay, so I don't know. I feel like the best content isn't even on Netflix anymore, right? It's like, I guess they have a couple good shows, but like we don't even have a Netflix subscription anymore. You know, we've been watching stuff on other streaming services. Maybe we'll come back to Netflix at some point. I don't know. Chilling, whatever. But you know, I do love when millennials eat ass, right? They finish their avocado toast, follow it up with a nice butthole lick. So I will go millennials and ass.
Okay, Novak?
Yeah, Netflix is not even my favorite streaming service.
I like how you guys are doing this as a platform analysis.
It does have I Think You Should Leave, which is a huge plus for it. One of the only reasons to keep it. But also, I Think You Should Eat Ass. So also
good segue.
You like spread the cheeks and you're like, there's too much fucking shit in here.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It's crazy. Like, it is hilarious to me that is the millennials calling card. So I'm going with that.
Okay. Do you guys like Netflix and chill or Amazon Prime and Edge? Which one? What's your favorite way to get down? Okay, millennials
or
are eating
Apple
ass.
TV and peanut butter TV.
Millennials and eating ass versus thunder and lightning. Go.
I prefer peacock and seacock.
I like. Go ahead.
Paramount Plus and Paramount's Busty. I don't know.
Yep. I like Hulu and Balls Blue. That's my favorite.
Good.
I guess not getting action would be Hulu then. That'd be not good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
wait, what are we going between?
Thunder and lightning versus millennials and ass. Go.
Look, millennials and ass it's good for a round. But
yeah. Wait, is that the sound a millennial makes when they're eating ass, or is that lightning? You got it, Chad.
Yeah, I agree. Pew pew pew.
Okay. Pew pew pew. It is. Okay, and that leads us to let's just roll with that. Pew 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 versus Homer and Marge Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, that's Homer and Marge is great, but Thunder and Lightning is timeless. It's it's a true classic. Thunder and Lightning.
Okay, got it.
It's a classic.
1 minute is HBO Max, and it's Show Me Your Cracks.
Now it's just called Max.
1 minute is ESPN Plus, and then it's STD minus.
Wouldn't it be STD Plus?
You lose an STD by fooling around? That's interesting.
1 minute, it's Disney Plus. Then it's D's Nuts Plus.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, Simpsons are.
First it's YouTube TV, and then it's Two Boobs TV.
Simpsons are one of my favorite things of all time, but we have had some cartoon type of winners, and it wouldn't be pissing Geiger off if we weren't putting weather to the final.
What? fucking thunder and light. Seriously, what does it do?
Pew, pew, pew. You put it in the fucking tournament, dude. Don't get mad at us.
All right. I knew what I was doing. Okay. Real quickly, we'll go up to the top. Bread and butter versus the White Stripes. Go.
White Stripes.
Yeah, same. White Stripes. I like them either.
Okay. White Stripes versus Pew Pew Pew.
White Stripes versus Yellow Streaks.
I love the White Stripes as much as I love the Simpsons. They've given me so much enjoyment over my life.
Mm-hmm.
But thunder only happens when it rains.
What that doesn't make any sense.
Thunder. Do. Thunder.
Okay. So, Novak, you're voting Thunder and Lightning?
Do it, Chad.
Oh, God. You fucking morons. All right. Thunder and Lightning wins the duos tournament. I'm retiring this thing. This is fucking stupid.
You shouldn't have put them there.
I shouldn't have known you were morons.
Lightning and the thunder.
Lightning and go under ass play. It's millennial.
Abbott and Costello.
They met a werewolf.
Frankenstein! Dude.
Who's on first?
Mars and the Mardi Gras.
It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid.
All right. What are these, Geiger?
These are Maple caramels from the Van Otis Chocolate Company, handcrafted in small batches. These are from Manchester, New Hampshire. They're made with love. Not very many ingredients as well, so they seem, I mean, I'm sure they're not healthy, but they're not full of preservatives and bullshit like that.
Looks just like a caramel on the outside, like very large.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you bite it, it's not like a caramel in that it's not consistent all the way through. There's the caramel's like a coating, and then there's a different consistency caramel on the inside, which I assume has like maple mixed in with it. Which one of you guys loves that maple candy?
This one.
The like dissolving.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's me. Maple's one of my brands.
Yeah. I do like caramels in general. I think these type of caramels, the like single individually wrapped caramels are usually pretty good that you get from places. Mm-hmm. I can tell this was made. This is like a well-made piece of candy.
Yeah.
I don't think the maple flavor makes it specifically better than it was just a straight caramel. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have a regular caramel, but it still does taste pretty good. And I think if you liked maple, this could really, really be up your alley. Like this could be a home run for a maple fan. We'll see when we get around to Chad. For me, it's pretty good. I'm just going to give it a low level like that. Geiger, what say you?
I think you said what needed to be said. Thank you for doing that. What you do to your body. I agree. It's well made. I agree. You can tell it's like handcrafted and all that. What they talked about. It's just
you can tell it's handcrafted.
You can. I just mean it doesn't feel like something
on it. That's how you can tell.
I feel like you can tell that someone flew to Mardi Gras and made this with their bare hands. I just don't. I don't love this flavor, and it has nothing to do with the quality of the candy. It's just I don't love caramel to begin with. Like as it's on a standalone thing, I like caramel as an accent to other stuff, and the maple is just really strong, and it's just overwhelmingly like I don't know how you can eat a whole piece of this. It's so sweet. So I am going to give it a dislike. That actually, I really don't like it very much. It's well made, and again, it's just too much. It's too sugary. I'm not a big fan.
Whew, I thought it would be settled, but it is not settled at all.
Sorry about that.
You didn't even eat a whole one, Geiger.
No, I ate half of it. I couldn't. It was too sweet. I don't know how you...
You gave these a lower rating than the fucking Cosmic Pillows.
Yeah. I like Starburst.
No fucking hands crafted those pillows.
They didn't come out that
way.
Chad's actually going to have to like these for it to get a win. But Maple is his brand. Let's see, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maple's my brand. Normally, actually, these kind of caramels, I would maybe give like maybe an indifferent or a low level like to, because a lot of times caramel can be too sticky. And if I was going to lodge a complaint against these ones, it's that the outside is a little sticky. So it's hard to eat in that sense. Like you can't really pick it up in your hand and like kind of take bites of it if you've taken it all the way out of the wrapper like I did. So that's kind of my biggest complaint about it, but it doesn't really get stuck in your teeth that much. And Novak said he couldn't tell if the maple really like enhanced the flavor at all. For me, it absolutely did. That inside made a huge difference to me. I loved the flavor of that maple on the inside. And because it had it on the inside, there was an overwhelmingly caramel flavor like you get from some of these that are like caramel from top to bottom. I think this was fantastic, guys. This is a love dat for me.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm. This is really
just
good.
Reinforcing the Maple brand.
This is your brand. You're just a brand whore.
They are the winner. Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
I do. I run the Twitter account for the Maple brand. Right. I like to go after, other things. Go ahead.
I can tell you're in PR the way you smoothly transitioned through that. Yeah. If you are a big fan of maple, if you are Becky, thank you, Becky, for giving us these candies. If you're big fans of Abbott Costello, if you have any old copies of Abbott and Costello, Kill the Swamp Creature from the Black Lagoon, whatever the fuck they were all doing in every one of these movies, or have watched a lot of Who's on First, till you memorized it, you could like leave us a voicemail about them. If you're a millennial and you love eating that ass, hit me up and let me Tell me about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't know why I keep saying that. That sounds weird.
You want your ass eaten?
No, I do not. Actually, and trust me, no one wants to sample this dumper. Moving on. You can try to get all of us.
I got an ass that repels every millennial that sees it. My ass is millennial repellent. That's what it is.
You thought millennials liked all the asses? They haven't tried this one. Indifferent to that. Anyway, you can get a hold of us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on
Instagram's the only one that matters. You're good.
Instagram. Yeah, okay, that's true. We're on Facebook with the You Tried Dat group, and we're on Twitter. That's what I saw. I'm on hashtag You Tried Dat.
You can find us in the comments section of Kit Kat's Twitter page.
You'll find us in the legal pages getting sued by Abbott Costello's lawyers. Let us know what you think of our ratings. Let you know what you think of snacks we should try. If you do like the podcast, please let your friends and family know. And as always, thank all of you for listening.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking at some other Abbott Costello.
Yeah.
How many movies did they make?
They've been prolific.
35 listed movies in IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a stretch here where they, in a row, have Lost in a Harem. Right?
Whoa. Okay.
Here Come the Co-eds.
Mm-hmm.
In the naughty 90s.
1890s or
Abbott and Costello Eat Ass is another one.
So they went through a bit of a horny phase, it's fair to say.
Mm-hmm. Abbott and Costello write themselves sex scenes is what those movies are called.
Abbott and Costello circle jerk into a hat.
What?
Whoa. Pretty direct sounding movie.
Who's coming first?
Abbott and Costello and the Ookie Cookie.
Right? We're going to leave that.
Abbott and Costello come into our hat. Oh, okay. Okay.
Abbott. What are their real names?
Abbott and Costello measure their penises.
What are their real names?
Yeah.
Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
I think it was Bob Steely and Arthur Dan were their names.
William Alexander Abbott or Bud Abbott, and then
Bega.
Louis Francis Cristillo, Lou Bega. Louis Bega.
Abbott Costello's Mambo number 5, where they really do Mambo number 6.
A little bit of Martians in my life. The person on first is now my wife. A little bit of
1, 2, 3, 4th base.
Okay, that'll do it for this time. We'll be back next time with 903 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
yeah.